What's going on, guys? This is our first episode of the Outside Scoop podcast. Today is a Saturday. It is April 19th, 2025. And this will be being uploaded on Monday, so 2 days from now. So some of the stats we're going to talk about in this episode are going to be a little bit different when you guys hear it. But that's kind of how it's going to be for the entire season. We're going to record on Saturday, upload on Monday. So just expect stats that we talk about not to be exactly the same.
A little bit delayed.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't change too much realistically anyway.
Yeah. Like if someone's hitting 400, 2 days later, they're probably going to be hitting 380, you know?
Yeah, especially like when it's 3/4 of the way through the season.
Right.
Averages and OPS won't change as much too, so.
Right.
It's early in the season, so it's going to change a lot more, but we'll be fine.
Yep, so we wanted to start talking about Cardinals first. As you guys, if you saw our intro video, Rob and I are both from St. Louis, big Cardinal Blues fans. You can see from our attire. We're going to start off with our biased takes right now about the Cardinals. What are you doing? Oh. New hat. You guys like it?
Is that too small for you? You got a big head.
That's fine.
That's too small. That's okay.
Anyway, guys, if you know anything about the Cardinals, you knew that they were not very hyped up going into this season at all. Like, we were pretty much expected to be bottom feeders in the NL, probably in like a rebuild year.
Well, the office kind of stated it as such too. Like, they kind of made us feel like it was a rebuild.
Yeah, 100%.
Season. They never came
they
out.
said retool.
Yeah, they never like came out and being like, yeah, we're competing. They were like, well, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna, just ride the wave.
Yeah, the only money they spent was Phil Maton and Michael Hellman.
Maton's been a beast though.
Maton has been really good. Good pickup. I liked him as a good pickup. Anyway, so we're ranked second in batting average in the entire league. Our offense is super young, super talented. They just need to put it together, and they kind of have these first couple of weeks. The only team above the Cardinals right now in terms of batting average is the Padres. They're hitting 279. Cardinals are hitting 270. That's wild. But right there behind us at 3 is the Cubs. Cubs are on top of the NL Central right now.
Cubs look a little scary, I'm not going to lie.
They're the team to beat in the NL Central. They also have the most runs scored with 137, the Cubs do.
And
We're right there at 5, though.
Is that updated too? Because they just scored 13 or something against the Diamondbacks
they
too.
Did.
So
yeah, this was updated today at 12:30. So just past midnight. Oh, no, sorry. 12 minutes ago, actually.
Oh, shoot.
12:30 p.m.
They're on it.
Yeah, they are. One area our offense does kind of lack in is home runs. We only have 21, tied for 12, but like not terrible. At least they're hitting, you know.
But then again, if you're looking at most of the teams with the huge home runs, like you have Dodgers, Yankees, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Angels are like the only odd men out.
Basically,
like
everybody who spent money.
Yeah. Athletics have 27.
They didn't spend any money. Well, they spent money on Severino.
I'll bring that up later.
Yeah, we'll talk about individual hitters.
I bet he's on your list too, huh?
He is, yeah, of course. Yeah. He's on top of the league right now in terms of home runs. On base percentage, the Cardinals are 5th, 337 on base percentage. That's pretty good.
Averaging like 6 hits a game, like that's really good. Even in our losses, we're hitting. So
stolen bases, we've got 18 of them. Not terrible. One area we do really lack in though is pitching. So as long as my info is right from last night still, which it should be, we haven't played a game since last night. We're 27th in strikeouts.
Oof.
Right. Not great.
ERA's at 4.11 for team average.
Right. I think that's 17th in the league.
That's not terrible, but who's the best ERA? I'm looking at now. Looks like either San Diego or the Mets.
Yeah. I mean, but San Diego's got such a good pitching staff, and the Mets spend crazy money. Although the Mets are kind of an interesting one. The Mets don't have like a stud ace. You know, they don't have DeGrom anymore. They don't have Syndergaard. Well, Syndergaard's not good, but he's probably not even playing anymore. But they have like what? They have Sean Manaea, Walker Buehler. No, Buehler's a Red
Holmes.
Sox.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
Buehler
They did get Clay
He was also on
Holmes.
the Dodgers last year, too.
Yeah. But the Mets have kind of a ragtag group of pitchers.
They also let Manaea walk, right? Like, he went to...
No, they re-signed him.
Did they? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he was in Milwaukee. Okay.
No. They did get Montas. They picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
One of them got hurt, though, I think, already.
Severino went to the A's.
Yeah. Quintana.
This is notable departures and Jose Quintana, free agent. I guess this is an old article, so I'm going to get off this guy. You're old. I don't like you. All right, but still.
Yeah, the Cardinals are looking at 17th in the league with a 4.11 ERA. Oddly enough, we're third in home runs allowed. We only have 15 home runs allowed, which is good. That Sonny Gray is limiting long balls, that's good. Because Sonny Gray last year, his issue was he got snake bitten with the home runs. Other than that, he pitched really good. If you can keep home runs down from him, from Michaelis, from Matz.
Michaelis needs to get through the first inning. Every time he pitches, the first inning is always like 2-3 runs, and it's kind of scary. But Cardinals are 9-11. That's not great, but what we were expecting.
We were expecting a lot worse than that.
We are playing a lot better. So it's an exciting time to be a St. Louis fan. Blues made playoffs. Cardinals not atrocious. Battlehawks pretty good.
You know, I can't tell you I've sat down and watched a Battlehawks game.
I've been wanting to go to one for a very long time. I was supposed to go to one before COVID.
I'd like to go.
That's how long it was.
But I haven't watched one on television at all.
I kind of keep up with their Instagram, but feels bad.
I see people post about them on Instagram. Some of my friends are season ticket holders, but I don't ever...
I'm a fake fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of like if they start doing hot, I'm going to pay attention. But they're also in the UFL or USFL or whatever it's called.
UFL?
Yeah.
No, XFL, right?
No, the XFL merged. I think it's the USFL now. I'm pretty sure that the UFL and the XFL merged whenever The Rock bought it.
I think if I were to go to a game, I'd be more invested.
100%.
But I don't know.
I think they're 2-1 though right now.
Yeah, they lost against the Defenders, I think.
I couldn't tell you who they lost to.
All right, well, we're not here to talk about
it was last week's game.
UFL, XL, whatever it's called. Are you ready to go over your top 5 pitchers and hitters?
I am. Do you want me to start?
You can start. Because I did my stats a couple of days ago, so I think my...
A little bit outdated.
It might be. All right, you go.
I'm going to list my 5 pitchers first.
Okay.
All right.
Look at mine, bro. Come on now.
I don't have them in order of like how they're performing, but they're all performing well. First, I have Hunter Greene of the Reds.
Okay.
Notable stats: he's got 31 strikeouts, 4 walks. That's an insane ratio. He has a 126 batting average against and a 9.8 ERA, 0.98. Hunter Greene is crazy. If you can get him and Nick Lodolo to keep pitching like they are, the Reds would have a really scary rotation. They just need to figure it out on the offensive side. But Hunter Greene is amazing. He's definitely one to watch. Also, he threw up on the mound last year. Do you remember that?
I think he did that twice.
Yeah, so he like pitched, he finished his delivery, and immediately as he was turning back towards the mound, he just puked.
They got a good rotation, man. They got Hunter Greene, Brady Singer, who they got from Kansas City for India.
Yeah, straight up.
Good for both teams. Nick Martinez isn't bad. Lodolo, like you said. Abbat, he always does good against us, against the Cardinals.
He does, yeah.
Which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Bullpen could use some work.
Is Alexis Diaz healthy?
I think so, but I have a friend who's a Reds fan, and every time he talks about him, it's like he blows a lead.
Really?
So I don't know.
Well, so did Edwin for a while, so like brother.
Yeah. Points up. It's like he's a routine fly ball. It's like hit 450.
Right.
Okay, who's your second?
My second pitcher is Kris Bassitt of the Blue Jays.
We're on the same list.
We might. 31 Ks, 5 walks, 227 batting average against. He's leading the league in ERA at .77 right now. But I have him not on players to watch for how good he's doing, but because I think he's going to regress. He's already 37, I believe. And unless he's Justin Verlander at 37, he's not going to hold up.
How hard is it to be a Justin Verlander, though? You know what I mean? Like, I love Adam Wainwright, but when he got up in age, it kind of bit him a little bit.
That's true. And if you look at,
think about Scherzer. Verlander, DeGrom, like those guys are getting up in age, but they're still pitching.
But Verlander's not pitching well. Not anymore.
Is Scherzer pitching well? I feel like he's...
I think he had an okay first start. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, though. But I don't know. It's just the aging curve really... It scares me away. Oh, 6 ERA for Scherzer. That's
1 strikeout. How many starts, though? I don't want to
3 innings.
I don't want to look.
That's tough.
I'm going to get sad.
That's really tough. But they're both on 1 years. Him and Verlander both are.
No such thing as a bad 1-year deal.
True. But Chris Bassitt just kind of worries me. He's doing great right now, but the aging curve, can he keep up? I don't know. We saw it with Adam Wainwright.
Long season.
He just dropped. Yeah. He dropped right off. And he's only gone through like 4 starts. So it's a small sample size. It's pretty easy to just fall apart. 1 bad start could derail your entire season.
We should have timed. Had like a timer going.
I have one.
Do you? Sick.
We're a little bit past 9 minutes because I started it
Gotcha.
mid-record. But yeah.
Who's your third?
Third is Tyler Mahle of the Rangers. Tyler Mahle's kind of a surprise. He's got 21 Ks, 9 walks, 121 batting average against, .92 ERA. But he's injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
If you looked at his stats the last 2 seasons before he got hurt, he was dealing. And then he gets injured, and then he comes back, and he's hurt. And he's like pitching back from injury, not super great. So he just needs to stay healthy, and he could be one of the best pitchers in the AL this year.
.92 ERA.
.92.
That's nuts.
Yes. Number
19
4.
inches.
Number 4 is crazy. Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Dodgers. He's the one who he skyrocketed yesterday. He pitched 7 innings, 10 strikeouts last night. He went from 28 to 38 Ks in one day, 7 walks, a 1.78 batting average against, and a .93 ERA. He's third in the league in ERA now because of that, and first in the NL.
Dodgers are scary.
Dodgers are scary. Between him, Sasaki, whenever Shohei gets back, if Kershaw gets back healthy, and they're still starting like guys that we didn't even think that were going to be in the rotation. Glasnow.
Mm-hmm.
But they started a rookie
Snell.
Against us. Did they play us yet?
Who?
Dodgers?
No, they haven't played us yet.
Okay, then whatever game I was watching them play, they started some rookie, and he had a really good start. And they have Snell. I forgot about that. They're insane.
Yeah. They just got a bunch of Cy Young winners on that team, and it's disgusting. Yeah. It's not even fair.
Kind of annoying.
But then again, your favorite team can be spending money too.
True. But we're not.
We're not going to talk about that.
All right, here's my dark horse Cy Young candidate. Shane Baz of the Rays. 27 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1.79 batting average, and a 1.42 ERA. I've been pretty high on Shane Baz for a while. This guy is crazy. But so is the Rays pitching staff. Drew Rasmussen
I just saw his name.
Yeah, he just propelled himself into like the lowest ERA.
He has a .8, 20. Yeah.
So he's
20 innings.
Second. He's behind he's behind Chris Bassitt.
His whip is at .82.
I'm a little worried about Drew Rasmussen though, because he's had dominance, but he's shown that he also can get like pretty bit, and as the season goes on, he tends to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I am a little bit worried about him, but I think Shane Baz could keep it up. That guy's my dark horse Cy Young.
That's insane.
I would probably put money on that.
Last time we put money on anything related to the Rays, I won. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because I said the Yankees are going to beat him.
No, you said the Rays were going to... No, that's right. That's right.
You said the Rays were going to win.
I said the Rays were going to win.
Yeah. And I put, we did $10 on that?
$10.
I was so confident the Yankees were going to win. And then playoff Aaron Judge showed up.
That's crazy. Also, I guess, did they have Chapman then? What year was that? Was that 21? I don't know what year that was.
I don't think they had Chapman. Because didn't they let him walk after they traded for him?
I don't know.
I
don't follow the Yankees too much.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Cubs. The Cubs traded for him in 2016, and then they let him walk, and he went back to the Yankees. So, yeah, they might have had Chapman.
Is that your 5?
Mm-hmm. That was my 5.
Well, I had Chris Bassitt, and I had Hunter Greene. I Logan Gilbert. I really like Logan Gilbert, bro. He is nasty.
Seattle's
his swing and miss
1 through
stuff.
5.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. They could have traded a starting pitcher for a bat.
Yeah.
They're fools.
I mean,
I feel bad for Seattle. I really do.
I guess, but if you outpitch your opponents, it's kind of like good defense. You know, it's like if a
like Crawford at short, he can't hit, but he's just everywhere, dude.
Sort of. If you have a good defensive team in the MLB, but you can't hit at all, you're not going to win. But if you can outpitch your opponent, you can win. If you score 1 run and you just outpitch your opponent.
My thing is that it's a team sport and you need both.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
You need both. Because even like last year, in my opinion, the 2 best teams were the Dodgers and Padres.
Yeah.
And both hit, both pitched.
Yeah.
The AL is so weak.
I'm not saying I think that Seattle could win a World Series, especially not with the hitting core they have. But they could definitely make it playoffs just based on based on pitching.
Edit that out. Okay, well his ERA is 2.38, not the best, but long season he's such
It's still under 3. Like I consider honestly anything under like 3.8 is a good ERA.
Did you mention how Hunter Greene has pitched 27.2 innings and has a .98 ERA? That's insane. He has 27 innings pitched.
That is.
It has that ERA. Anyway, he has
how many
very
starts
low.
Does he have? 4?
Who? Hunter?
Yeah.
Don't know. No idea.
He's got to be averaging at least 7 innings a game.
Probably. He's a beast. He's a beast.
Close to it. If he's at 27, it'd have to be like 6.2 to 7 innings.
I'm not a math guy.
Every game.
You do the math, buddy, not me. Well, Gilbert has 32 strikeouts. That might lead the league.
32?
I think so. 32. He's 32.
38 right now for Yamamoto's the most. No, it's Cole Reagans. Cole Reagans has the most. He has like.
I guess I was a little delayed on the. Let's see, Cole Reagans. He has 42.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still looking at team.
Let me find Logan Gilbert. He's at 32 still. So I guess maybe he's had like 1 start last. Maybe we'll see. Let's see games. Yeah, Reagans has had 1 more game.
Okay.
Than my boy Logan.
Yeah, he's at 5.
But Reagan
started last night. He got beat up last night though. Cole Reagans did.
Logan would have to have 10 strikeouts to tie.
I mean,
Cole Reagans though.
He can do it.
Long season, that's true. I Garrett Crochet. As my fourth.
Yeah. I was thinking about putting him on.
I love Garrett, dude. I'm so happy he's out of Chicago.
Me too.
Screw Chicago.
This is literally
both
Chris Sale
teams.
2.0.
Yeah.
I actually the 2 people that I think could win AL Cy Young that like kind of come out of nowhere, if you will, is Shane Baz and Garrett Crochet. I know that Crochet broke out last year.
Is Crochet out of nowhere though? Like if you know ball, you know Crochet.
That's true. But I don't know. He did break out last year. But until last year, he wasn't amazing.
He also had controversial trading too last offseason. Remember, he's like, I don't want to get traded to a team that's not playoff bound or something. I don't know. I forgot what it was. It was.
That's valid though. I mean, Arenado opted to not go to Houston, and honestly, I don't blame him. Houston's not that good.
Do you think? Yeah, after they traded Tucker, he's like, I don't know if they have a plan.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was definitely.
But they also got Christian Walker though. Christian Walker's nowhere near Tucker.
No,
Tucker's a beast.
But they lost Bregman and Kyle Tucker, and they replaced that with Christian Walker and who's their third baseman? The guy they got from the Cubs in the Kyle Tucker trade. The former he used to be on the Rays.
Morel?
No, not Morel. Morel is on the Rays.
Dang it. Who is it? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
The guy who only pulls home runs. He hasn't hit a single opposite field home run.
Arenado?
He's pretty much Arenado, but he's younger.
But he doesn't have a...
But he also doesn't play good defense. Yeah.
Like
I mean, he plays decent defense, but not like...
Third baseman for Astros.
Isaac Paredes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know that. I don't know why. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
He pulled a home run against us. Against the Cardinals.
All right, who's next? Freddy Peralta.
Freddy Peralta's a dog.
I hate him, but I love him.
He's got a 191.
You know what's crazy? Wild. When I did this, he did 2.31. but I still put him down because I knew he has nasty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen too many Cardinals-Brewers games,
Yeah.
making us look like fools up at the plate. Who's us? I'm not batting. He makes the Cardinals look I'm taking him deep, personally.
Dude, he does have a home run issue, though.
Yeah. He got beat up opening day against
Yeah, that's right.
the Yankees, but they also, I don't know.
Yankees are kind of goated right now.
33 strikeouts, 28 innings, 1.91. He is a beast. He is slept on, 100%.
Yeah.
I know him because I see him all season long. Maybe other people don't. He's
Dude,
a beast.
who's going to highlights and looking for Milwaukee if you're not from Milwaukee?
That's true. Like, dude, he's an excellent 2 or 3 in your rotation. Yeah. Any team would take him. The Dodgers would take him, 100%. There's no way they wouldn't.
The Dodgers would pretty much take anybody who's living and breathing. And then they would just make them into a monster of a pitcher. They did it with Shelby Miller. They turned into one of those dominant...
Oh, Bobby Miller. He's a beast, right?
Yeah, okay,
Don't look at
maybe not anyone. But Shelby Miller, they made into one of the best relievers in baseball. The Yankees did it with Luke Weaver.
That's such a throwback name for me.
It is. Luke Weaver used to be pretty good though. When he was on the Cardinals, he did pretty good. He
Diamondbacks legend?
I think he blew up on the Diamondbacks. So did Carson Kelly.
I'm gonna make Brooke look like a fool. She always calls me when I'm busy. You can't even see it. That's okay.
Girlfriends.
I told her. Fiance.
Apologies. Who's next?
She's calling because I don't have my ring on. I bet.
You don't want to let the fans know.
I wear it every day. I just forgot.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Forgot.
I did. Wait,
call
me when you can. It better not be something serious. Anyway.
That was 3, right? Your other 3?
Yes, because I had Hunter Greene and Chris Bassitt.
That's right.
So give me your...
Bro's fetching his ring.
The ring to rule them all. My precious. All right. Who's your batters? Who's your position players?
My position players are fun. Okay. I think we're going to have the exact same list, though, for at least
Okay, don't look. I got 3 of them. Kind of... Oh, I didn't go too cool on this one, because it's the beginning of the season. Stats aren't like...
I did some digging on my surprise players. The hitters are pretty much just at the top. Tyler Soderstrom, athletics.
Yep.
325 average right now, 9 home runs, 2 doubles, 19 RBIs, 701 slugging, 1085 OPS. The most important thing for me is that his splits against righty-lefty look really good.
Really?
Because
what about Jacob Wilson?
Ooh, he's a beast. I don't know. He's hitting for average. But
Luis Ariz, baby. The next coming.
No, I'll tell you who the next Luis Ariz is later. But his splits look good against lefties. Mm-hmm. And that was his issue last year, I believe, was that he couldn't hit lefties. Mm-hmm. But if Soderstrom can keep it up, just hit both, he's going to be probably traded within the next 2 years.
No, dude, they signed Brent Rooker after he had a great year. He's kind of slacking.
Yeah, but Brent Rooker's like already older. He's like 28, 29.
They signed...
And he didn't break out until he was older.
They didn't sign Jack Diddle. They gave away everyone in Oakland. They leave Oakland, re-sign or extend Rooker. They signed Severino, and they signed some guy from the Rays. He's a
they traded for the lefty.
What's his
Jeffrey
name?
Springs.
Yes. Like, they're making moves now.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that they're building a team for next year.
Did they change ownership?
No. It's still
really
John Fisher, I believe.
So he just wanted to really leave Oakland really bad. That's why
that pisses me off. It's like the Rams thing in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. It actually makes me mad.
Same exact ownership, and then you start spending money.
I'll wear my Oakland jersey because I'm an Oakland fan.
Yeah,
I went to Oakland. It was awesome. I loved it. And this is not like a team that's like historically bad. Like, they won 9 World Series. 100%. They're like, it's like the Royals.
Ricky Henderson.
My goat. But yeah, dude, it's like, it's a historic franchise, and they just picked up and left. Yeah, that's disgusting.
It does really make me mad. It's like not as bad as the Raiders leaving, because I don't know if the Raiders won many Super Bowls when they were there. I know that they used to be dominant, like whenever
was that 80s, maybe 70s? I don't know.
Yeah, like early NFL days, the Raiders were really good, but like 2000s Raiders have not been very good as far as I know. And I don't really care that they left.
70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
They won 3 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Haven't done jack diddle since.
No, they haven't. And they're not much better in Vegas. But
the Oakland / Los Angeles / Las Vegas Raiders. They get passed around.
Because, they were in LA before they went to Oakland. Man, I do feel bad, though, because they just keep getting... Oakland keeps getting ripped apart. All of their teams left. And now they have what? They could go to San Francisco?
Just drive across the bridge and watch the Giants. They're good, though.
Yeah, Giants are really good right now.
It's not your team, though. I don't give a crap. If I lived in Oakland...
It's like South Side versus North Side.
When I was in San Francisco, everyone in San Fran was sad that the A's were leaving.
Really?
Yeah, they were sad, man. Not even like you have the Bay Series. It's like a classic rivalry. You know, it's like I don't want to compare Cardinals and Royals because the Royals aren't like a historically good franchise.
Sure, they're also not that close to us.
That's true. Like it's like a 3-hour drive compared to like 30 when you're in Cali.
I can imagine though it would probably feel like when the Browns left. Because I feel like you have an AL team, you have an NL team.
Yeah.
And I think San Francisco could justifiably say, yeah, the Athletics are my AL team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It was sad. I'm still sad.
But it is different for Oakland. It's very different.
How do we get on this? I'm just... Oh, because they're signing people.
Because I said they were going to trade him.
They're not.
All right, next hitter. Aaron Judge. We all know Aaron Judge. Come on. On the Yankees, 384 average. He's leading the league. 7 home runs, 5 doubles, 22 RBIs, 740 slugging, which also leads the league, and 1240 OPS, also leading the league.
It would be disrespectful for us not to have him on this list. It's like you want to pick players that aren't well known.
Yeah.
And then you see Judge's numbers, you're like, if I don't put him on this list, it's like what he's doing is insane.
Yeah, 100%. I think for my hitters and pitchers, I'm always going to pretty much choose 3 of the 5 top hitters and pitchers.
Mm-hmm. Then
like 2 people who are performing really well, and then the surprise people. I'll get into like what I think considers as a surprise player.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to put Aaron Judge on this. Not saying that I'm going to put Aaron Judge on this every single week. Because he's going to continue. Yeah. He's going to continue to hit. He's going to continue to do well. But there's going to be people that like are hot, and that start to rise up the rankings, that might overtake Judge for a minute. But he's gonna be here.
Yeah, 100%. Especially on like the first time we're doing this.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
Next hitter, I have Pete Alonso on the Mets.
We have the same list.
Yeah, I think we do. 348 average, 5 home runs, 8 doubles, 21 RBI, 465 on base percentage. He has 14 walks to 11 strikeouts. That's insane for Pete Alonso. He's never done that.
He's on a 2-year contract.
It has an opt-out, though.
Does it after the first year?
It has an opt-out after this year. And I do think he will opt out. I think he's going to get more money.
100%. Why would you not dip your toe in the water, see how much you can get?
Hey guys, Editor Josh here. If you're enjoying the podcast so far, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 750 subscribers by the end of this season. So again, if you do enjoy it, please subscribe. Thanks. Back to the video.
What's your number 4? Who's your number 4?
Number 4 is Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks. And look at this. I color-coded everything, so I did purple for him. Because they should go back to purple.
Because that's what they should have, the teal and purple.
Yeah.
Because it's like the best. You know, I don't know if this is true or not. This is an Instagram post. Okay. Do you know why they switched from purple?
No.
They were too similar to the Rockies.
Really?
As if there's not a million red teams.
Let's go through this. Red and blue, Cubs and Cardinals both have that color scheme.
Indians have navy and red,
and they're
but
in the
that's
same
still
division. Yeah.
But like point being, there's a lot of red teams.
Sure.
I don't know. I think it's stupid.
Also, there's a lot of red in the NHL's bracket this year.
Yeah.
I noticed that whenever I was filling it out. Anyway, Corbin's hitting 321 with 6 home runs, 7 doubles, 18 RBIs. He's got a 1037 OPS, and he has 4 stolen bases, right?
Yes, he has 4.
Okay. So his stolen bases are getting back up because he had 1 whenever I wrote this.
I see the question marks. You didn't
the question marks was concerning. It was concerning. But if he gets those stolen bases back up, we could be looking at like a 30-40 season if he decides to steal more.
And he had a down year in 24. That's why I put him on my list.
And he needs to stay healthy.
Yes.
He can't get hurt.
He's got to pick it up because Ketel Marte is... Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's their offense right there is Ketel and himself. So They need to hit.
No, they got some good bats. They got Naylor, Gurriel.
Oh, they do have Naylor now. I forgot about that.
Gurriel, sometimes Alec Thomas.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. He gets streaky.
And Jake McCarthy? Jake Myers? No, Myers is on the Astros. McCarthy is the one on the... Yeah. He can hit a little bit.
Suarez hits bombs. How much does Suarez have?
Oh, I forgot he was on there too. He got traded from Seattle, didn't he?
He has 6 home runs. But he's batting 153.
153, bro. He's like Kyle Schwarber. Except Schwarber's actually kind of hitting good.
Schwarber's hitting 282.
That's pretty good.
With 7 home runs. Maybe
he should have made the list. He's not my final hitter. My final hitter is Jung Hoo Lee.
Yep.
The grandson of the wind. His dad's the son of the wind, and he's the grandson of the wind. You know his dad was like a legend in the KBO.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, his dad was like an MVP winner in the KBO. I think they're the only father-son duo KBO to win MVPs. Yeah.
Tasty. You know what's crazy? We have the same last guy. I have Jung Hoo Lee as well, but we could have went like a million other people.
Why is Matt Mervis on the list? Why is he up there? Is he home runs? 6 home runs? That's crazy.
Hitting 234. Long story short is we had so many people to pick from. We both picked the same people.
Picked the exact same
insane.
5. Yeah. Jung Hoo Lee's hitting 361, 3 home runs, league leading 10 doubles. He's got a triple, 14 RBIs. He's got 3 stolen bases, 1073 OPS. If this guy stays healthy, him and Corbin Carroll are probably looking at a similar season. Except Jung Hoo Lee hits more average. Carroll can hit for more power.
Let me ask you this question. Do the Diamondbacks rely more on Carroll or do the Giants rely more on Lee? Who relies on who more?
I would imagine when Ketel Marte becomes healthy, they won't have to rely on Carroll as much as the Giants will rely on Jung Hoo Lee.
I think the Diamondbacks had the best offense last year in baseball, though.
They were. So I don't think they have to rely on him that much. As much as Jung Hoo Lee will be a player in San Francisco. Because San Francisco also does not have Jorge Soler anymore.
Yastrzemski's not hitting like he should.
Right.
Matt Chapman probably hits like 260.
Their catcher's pretty good, though. Patrick Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing pretty
Great
good.
defensively.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good players, honestly. I'm not going to lie.
They could be a sneaky playoff team. Not even sneaky. They're like winning the division, right? Oh, no, the Padres are.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I wish we started this podcast earlier so we could go over our predictions.
Yeah.
So you guys can't see my predictions are on the wall. I'm going to go over
is this your predictions?
These are my predictions. So the NL West, I have Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, Rockies. The Padres had a really interesting offseason because they had like ownership issues.
Yeah, they didn't even spend.
I was scared for them, even though they're still a great team. Rockies are last because that makes sense. Giants, I like their signings, so I put them at third. I put them at third because one, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Dodgers are going to Dodger.
Yeah.
Like the Mets are going to Met, Dodgers are going to Dodger.
Yep.
Arizona, I'm biased because I like Arizona a lot. I also think they did have the best offense last year.
Yeah.
So.
And they added
Burns. Corbin Burns, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, they could be a wild card spot. But then again, the National League is so good.
It is.
American League is so butt.
You're probably realistically looking at one playoff team from the Central. Whoever wins.
Just one. Which stinks.
And then you're looking at obviously 2 from East, West. And then the other...
You think it's going to be 2 in the West, 1 in the East?
It could be. It could be two Western card wild.
There's going to be a lot of good teams missing the postseason.
Yep.
That's insane. A lot of sad fans.
The Nationals might surprise. They could have a winning record and miss.
No, they're not having a winning record. $10.
$10. They're young kids.
500 above 500.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their division. They have to verse the Braves are in a slump right now, but the Braves are still the Braves. They have to verse them, the Phillies, the Mets.
82 and 80, and you'll owe me $10.
We'll see. Look, we have proof.
Okay, we do have proof.
I'm not saying like you're not good with your word. You're good with your word because I won the last bet.
I like that. Okay, let's move on to our standouts. So what I think falls into the category of a standout player is regardless of age. This goes for both hitters and pitchers. If you're breaking out for the first time in your career. So you could be 28 breaking out, you could be 34 breaking out, you could be 18 breaking out. And then the other thing is, if you're a veteran or someone who has had previous success who has fallen off and is now surging. So a good example of that would be like Martin Perez, who like was okay when he started his career, was bad for a while, and then came back and has been a solid pitcher ever since. And he has like flashes of dominance. So I have 2 hitters, 2 pitchers. My first pitcher is Kris Bubic of the Royals.
Say that last name again.
Bubic. That's how you say it. That's how the Royals announcers say it. He has 27 strikeouts, 9 walks, 217 batting average against, 1.88 ERA. So some notable stats from Kris Bubic. His last full year as a starter was 2022. He had a 5.58 ERA.
Oh!
This year, they put him back in the rotation, and he's looking at a 1.88.
You know what's crazy? So before you say your second person, I have one on here because it surprised me how bad he was doing at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
It's not a good standout, but it stood out to me when I looked at it. At the time, Zack Wheeler had a 4.07 ERA.
Yeah.
What's his contract? Probably big.
Probably $25.5 million a year, something like that. It's got to be in that range. It's K. Z-A-C-K. He changed it.
Oh, you're right. Well, he
changed it from Z-A-C-H to Z-A-C-K because he strikes people out.
He
legally had it changed.
I think you're lying, but that's
I'm not. I swear. Look, you can look it up later. $42 million a year?
Wait, what? Dang.
Average annual salary of $42 million.
Okay, yeah. But point being, like, I knew he had a fat contract.
Yeah.
And he had a 4 at the time. I'm looking at it now. Where'd he go?
He did improve on his last start. We beat him, though. Cardinals did beat him.
He's a 3.73. That's still not where I want to be personally if you're getting paid. But if you're laying up bombs.
That's true. 13.
How much did we score against them? Like 3-4? The Cardinals?
I don't know what we scored
Point
against
being
them,
is,
we won that game.
That stood out to me. I'm like,
standout bad.
He's a big name.
Yeah.
And he's not impressing.
Bad standout's interesting. Now. I didn't even think about that. I'll have to take that into consideration.
What's your next one?
Next one is Luke Jackson, reliever of the Rangers. He's actually their closer right now. So he has 6 saves in 8 innings, which is like 8 innings is nothing. But he has a 3.38 ERA. Last year, between San Francisco and Atlanta, he had a 5.09 ERA. So you're looking at a guy. He did improve. He was pretty bad in San Francisco. He did improved in Atlanta. But you're looking at a guy who had a 5.09 ERA. You sign him and you say, yeah, this guy's going to be our closer. That's a big leap of faith for Luke Jackson. By the way, he started his career with the Rangers, and then he bounced around from Atlanta and San Francisco. And he's never been super good. He had a really good year in Atlanta before getting traded to San Francisco or signed or whatever happened.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about him.
Am I a fake fan for not knowing who Luke Jackson is?
No, I don't think so. Because he hasn't, like I said, he hasn't been like a big name. He's been kind of mid his entire career. He had one season where he had an ERA in like the 2s with Atlanta. But outside of that, he's not been that good.
Do you know my second guy?
I don't.
Look at my screen. You know who that is?
Nick Pivetta.
That's my GOAT.
You know what? He was a late signing, though. They did.
Look at this. Do you see 24? ERA, 4.14. Yeah. Stinks. Whip 1.13.
Okay.
This year, right now, he has a 1.57 ERA.
That's wild.
Excellent. 0.8 whip.
I like that signing for them.
Dude, I do too.
It was sneaky.
The Padres needed to make a splash before the season ended.
Yeah.
And it's a safe signing, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Because if it goes wrong, then you can't look at it and be like, this Nick Pivetta contract is bad. Because he's what? How old is he? 32. So
yeah, he's 32.
Are you going to really look at it and be like, we took a risk on this 32-year-old pitcher and it turned out bad and we're upset? No. He's 32.
Yeah.
At some point, the aging curve would start to show.
Excellent.
But he's doing good.
I'm happy because I also like the Padres too.
Yeah.
I like the Padres. I think
it's wild that you like the Padres.
If there's anyone from LA watching this, or an LA fan, I like the Padres because
they beat the Dodgers.
Because, dude,
they're like a thorn in their side.
Kind of, yeah. Because the only man you could get Ohtani out last year was Tanner Scott.
Yeah.
Guess who the Dodgers signed? Tanner Scott. That's a different story. Point being is, I loved watching those games and the Padres coming out on top sometimes. Because it was awesome.
Yeah.
I also love how Tatis just mocks the Dodgers fans. That's excellent. I love that.
Tatis is growing on me. I kind of thought he was a showboat. I kind of thought he was like a jerk whenever he first came in. And then he got hit with the PEDs. And I was like, what an idiot. But ever since he come back, I kind of like him.
I have the same thing with Harper. I didn't like Harper when he was first.
Oh, I've liked Bryce Harper.
He was such a hothead.
He was.
But yeah, that's kind of why I like the Padres, because they mess around with the Dodgers. They stick it to the Dodgers. I love it, dude.
All right. Moving on to hitter standouts. One of them I'm telling you is going to be the next Luis Arraez. It is not this guy. Kyren Paris of the Angels.
Not Jacob Wilson?
No. I thought about him, but Kyren Paris was a first-round draft pick, or maybe second-round draft pick, a couple years ago by the Angels. And his first 2 years, in 2023, he had a 100 average. In 2024, he had a 118 average. This year, he's hitting .306 with 5 home runs, 5 stolen bases, a 1077 OPS. He has a perfect fielding percentage at second base and center field, and he can also play shortstop.
Oh, that sounds
This is the compliment to Mike Trout that they've been looking for. Between him and Soler, who can hit home runs.
So they're going to make the playoffs now,
huh? No.
Dude, the AL's weak.
They could. They could make wild card.
Let's think about it.
You have them last.
Who's winning the West?
Who's winning the West? Rangers.
That's what I had, too.
I think Astros
I also have Astros second place because...
You remember last year when
Astros started off really cold.
Tigers, ALDS,
yeah.
And I said Tigers win. You said absolutely not. You said the pitching for the Astros was too good.
I did. I was glazing them. I was glazing like Blanco, Framber, and Arrighetti, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess who won? Detroit.
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay. Well, I think the Astros are out of the playoffs this year. I think they miss.
All right.
I think they miss.
I was kidding with the Angels thing, by the way. They're not making playoffs.
Okay.
I'll go with one of my guys. Mm-hmm. I had to go this guy because, one, I think he is kind of a sleeper if you don't follow the league.
Sure.
And I can't not give it to him when he's carrying the entire Seattle offense. Cal, Riley, big dumper. I had to, bro. If you look up MLB.com, he's number 2. He has 8 home runs. He's hitting .218, not great, but he's also a catcher. You're not going to want average out of him, but he's hitting nukes.
Yeah.
From both sides of the plate. He's a switch hitter, I believe.
Is he really?
Yes. I think against Cincinnati, he hit a homer on the left side and right side of the plate.
Switch hitter. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love him.
Wow. It's really hard for switch hitters to actually have that much success.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to see not only a catcher who's switch hitting, but just a switch hitter who
it's awesome
is actually hitting for power from both sides.
I feel bad for him because he gets no reinforcements.
No, not at all. Even Randy. Randy fell off after that second year with the Rays. He's been kind of bad. And Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod.
But they need to figure him out because he always starts off the season really cold. And then at the very end of the season, he's really good. But at that point, it's kind of too late.
Yeah, and then his stats look good. 24-ish home runs, 80-ish RBI. Mm-hmm. But he needs to perform all season.
Mm-hmm. Especially with that contract he got, too.
Yeah.
You got your second guy?
I do. This is Luis Arraez 2.0, Xavier Edwards. On the Marlins. 329 average right now. No, sorry, hold on. 329 career average. He has a 329 career average.
Let me find this guy.
He's hitting 322 right now.
What's his name?
Xavier Edwards. Xavier. So he's hitting 322 right now. He's got 6 stolen bases. He has a career 396 slugging, which is the issue.
This young chap.
He does not hit for power at all. No home runs this year. He only has 1 career home run. The other issue is defense.
Oh, no.
At shortstop, exclusively at shortstop, he has a .970 fielding percentage, and he has 2 errors this year. He has 9 for his career. Which his career is it's been very short so far. He was better as a second baseman in 2023, he had no errors at all, and he played every game at second base.
He got drafted by the Padres.
I believe he came over in the who was that? Ryan Weathers? Ryan Weathers trade?
Was that last year?
I'm pretty sure him and Ryan Weathers came over in the same trade.
Last year he hit 328, 265 plate appearances though.
Yeah.
That's like half a season, right?
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
The guy hits for average, and that's pretty much all he does. He does not hit for power. He can't really play defense. I'm telling you, he is a Lisa Rise 2.0.
I love guys like this.
Yeah.
When the Cardinals were good, long time ago, in 21, Tommy Edman would get on base, and Goldschmidt would drive him in his MVP year.
But
that was awesome.
But he could play defense. Tommy Edman could.
Do I know my standout guy?
Yeah. Good standout, right?
Tommy Edman, man.
Really?
Tommy Edman, dude. Dodger fans love this guy, dude, and we know why. We saw him play.
100%.
He's hitting 288.
He had that Cardinal Devil magic.
Yeah, he did. He brought it over actually to the Dodgers, so they're like Thanos now.
And they won the
all
World
the
Series
stones
because of it. Yeah.
I'm so happy he got a ring though.
I am too. Yeah,
Freeman,
good for him.
Betts, I like those guys.
Yeah. Was Joe Kelly on that team still?
Oh, that's a good question. He might have been
another former Cardinal. I don't know. If he was on that team, he got a ring.
I love Kelly.
If he even pitched one inning.
I was gonna bring up Greg's jersey, the Edman jersey, and like kiss it, but I forgot to bring it. But I do have an Edman jersey because he's the GOAT. 7 home runs, dude.
Yeah,
he's
that's
tied
wild.
for third
Power
in the
surge
league.
for him. Good for him.
Insane, dude.
He kind of reminds me of like whenever they unlocked Chris Taylor. But I think Edman has a much higher ceiling than Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor is only good in the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah. He did have a good regular season before he got paid. But like so did Adam Frazier and they're kind of similar. Adam
Pirates
Frazier and Chris Taylor. They're very similar guys to me. Because they both had like one good regular season, got paid, and then they stunk it up. But Edman has a much higher ceiling, in my opinion.
Also, his defense. You're telling me you're not going to put him at second or short, but you can.
If he's not a second or short, he's in center field.
He's playing anywhere, dude.
The premium defensive positions minus catcher.
Yeah, dude, he's insane. I love him. Plat glove anywhere you put him. He hits. He used to be an average guy. Now he's a power guy. He's like a 5-tool player.
Yeah, he's starting to be that guy.
Cody Bellinger.
It's almost like if Mookie Betts starts to fall off, Tommy Edman's right there.
Mm-hmm. I love him. I'm actually really sad he's gone.
I am too.
I almost cry every night.
I get why we traded him, but I think we could have been comfortable trading, like anyone else. Burleson, Luken Baker.
I don't think, but the Dodgers,
and
they
also
have a first baseman. Their outfield's kind of stacked.
That's true, but it kind of baffles me that we traded Edman to the Dodgers and we got Eric Fedde back, and the White Sox got.
They got like Vargas.
Vargas, yeah.
They got Vargas.
But he's not doing very well.
No, I feel you imagine like the chemistry and like. If you're in a bad environment when you guys all suck, your performance is gonna blow too.
100%. It's kind of like what Bedard's going through in Chicago with the Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm. All right, we gotta move it. Do you want to go to hockey? Make our bracket predictions.
Let's go. Yeah. All right. Bracket time. You want to start?
I got mine on my phone.
Okay, I have mine on here. You want to start or do you want me to go?
Do you want to go by each? So we can start the Blues and Jets.
Sure.
And then we're on count 3. We're gonna say our.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. On go or 1?
1, 2, 3. Name your team.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
No. 1, 2, 3. Not 3, 2, 1.
No one counts down from 1.
Fine. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Name your team.
3, 2, 1. Jets.
Blues.
I don't think the Blues are winning.
Really?
Dude, I almost changed it because I want to be biased, but I think I can't be.
I'm being biased. 100% I'm being biased, but I'm also let me tell you something.
They're cooking though. The Blues are cooking.
Blues are cooking. Okay, so regular season record against the Jets, we did lose
3 out of 4.
Yes.
1 in a shootout.
1 in a shootout. So we were 1, 2, and 1. 1 and 3. Whatever you want to frame it as. We only got outscored by 1 goal. It was 11-10. Okay. And 2 of the games that we lost were 1-goal games.
Okay.
The game that we beat them was 4-1 us. 3-goal lead. That's nice. Now, They are the President's Trophy winners. The Jets are. Mm-hmm. Do you know about the President's Trophy curse?
I do. Did someone touch the cup or something, or
no,
what happened?
The President's Trophy curse is that not all the time, but most of the time, President's Trophy winners, which just that means that you finish with the most points out of every team in the league, get knocked out round one. The Capitals had a run where they used to just be so dominant in the regular season. They kept winning the President's Trophy, and then they continuously lost in the first round. And it's not just the Capitals. The Bruins did it. Tampa, a couple of years ago, they did it against the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets swept them in the first round.
That's rough.
When they still had Panarin and Duchesne.
So you're going Blues?
President's Trophy curse is a factor. Last time we played the Jets in the playoffs, Jaden Schwartz had a natural hat trick in Game 6 to win the game for us.
I do know how that went. I do have the last time the Blues met the Jets in the playoffs, 2019. We know how that ends.
So here's another interesting thing.
Yes.
You're looking at the two goalies, Hellebuck and Binnington, which I think the series is going to be about.
Yes.
It will be a goaltending battle. Mm-hmm. Both of them have a .910 career save percentage in the postseason. Exactly the same.
Wow.
But the difference is you can say Connor Hellebuck's a 2-time Vezina Trophy winner, one-time Jennings winner. I get it. He's probably going to win the Vezina this year. But his last two postseasons, here's his save percentage. 886, 864. Anything under 900 is horrible. Even at 900 is not good. His goals against average, the last two, 344. Last year he had a 523. That means that he was allowing, on average, 5.23 goals a game. And let me tell you, Jordan Binnington is not only a Stanley Cup winner, but he also won the Four Nations Faceoff against Connor Hellebuck's USA.
He locks in when it comes down to postseason.
He's a gamer.
He's insane. Watching him play
he's a gamer.
Brings a tear to my eye.
And in 2022, whenever we made the playoffs, I believe we were like one of the best teams in the league that year. We might have been the best in the West. Mm-hmm. He had a .949 save percentage and a 1.72 goals against average.
Who knocked us out in 22?
I believe the Canucks knocked us out that year in the first round.
I bet they burned down their city after. That's what they do.
The Canucks were annoying that year, is all I remember. Also, interesting thing here in this Jets Blues series is that Braden Shen is playing Luke Shen, his brother. Luke got traded to the Jets at the deadline. Little Luke Shen, a little Shen battle. Hey guys, Editor Josh back again. I just want to let you guys know that on Thursday, April 24th, we're going to have our second episode being released. It's going to be about pop culture. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again. We have a top 5 ranking, and we also have an album review. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and stay tuned. Back to the video.
So we're at Stars Avalanche. Mm-hmm. What if I change my answer?
You can change your answer on the spot.
No, I'm sticking with Stars. I think Stars are going to do it.
Stars?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Stars.
Okay, well, I think the Avalanche are going to win, not because of goaltending, but because their top two guys, McKinnon and Necas, I'm not sure how much you know about their speed. They're two of the fastest 3 players in the league. It's McDavid, McKinnon, and Necas. And
where does Draisaitl fit on that?
In terms of speed?
I thought he was like quick, boy. Or am I thinking about McDavid? Is that McDavid?
McDavid is the quickest, yeah. Okay. McDavid's probably the fastest skater in the league. And then McKinnon, Necas are right there. And if you put their like playmaking and goal finishing ability together, it is wild. Another fun thing to know is that Rantanen, who now plays on the Stars, got traded for Necas earlier in the season when Rantanen was traded to the Avalanche. Not Avalanche, what am I saying? The Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. So
we'll get to them eventually.
A little bit of a rivalry. Mm-hmm. The teams, of course, already have rivalry. It's going to be a good series. I do think it'll go to like 6 or 7 games.
They play tonight.
It might be 7 games.
They play tonight, right? With the Blues? Yeah. By the time this comes out, Monday, there will be a win in both of those series. Yes.
Yeah. So it's Saturday right now.
Yeah.
Monday, when this releases, one of those 2 teams will be on top. Well, 2 of those 4 teams will be on top.
Yes. I think I'm biased towards this next one, too.
Okay, what's next?
Wild and Golden Knights.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, let's go.
3, 2, 1, Wild.
Golden Knights. There's no shot. No shot in the...
I understand that. I think my most hated team in the entire league is Golden Knights. I cannot stand them.
Really?
You like the Golden Knights, don't you?
I do. I enjoy some Golden Knights. They were a good little ragtag group that made it to the Stanley Cup their first year. You have a Wild shirt?
Yeah, I have a Wild shirt.
The only reason I think they win is if Kirill Kaprizov becomes the player that he was at the beginning of the season. He was by far the best player in the league. He probably would have finished top in scoring if he didn't get hurt.
We've disagreed on every single one.
We have. Interesting. I think we're going to disagree on the next one, too.
You think so? What's the next one? Oh.
Kings-Oilers.
I don't know your opinion.
You ready to move on? Or do you want me to prove to you that the Golden Knights are going to win more?
I know the Golden Knights are going to win. I don't want to dwell on this topic because it's going to make me sad.
Yeah.
Because I like the Wild.
Dude,
Even though every time I see the Wild in person versus the Blues, they beat us.
Yeah, they do really well
against us.
That pisses me off. They do very well against the Blues, except for in the playoffs. We destroy the Wild in the playoffs.
I think everyone does, though.
Yeah.
They're kind of like
Yeah, I don't even think they made it to a conference final. That hurts.
Well, Minnesota is kind of...
Eichel is a dog. Eichel is that guy, especially in the playoffs. They got Mark Stone. He's still good. They got Pietrangelo, who's still doing pretty solid. He's already won 2 cups.
Vegas has been good every single year since they've been established.
Yep.
I think that's what makes me mad.
The issue, I think, would be goaltending for them.
I'm a sore loser. I get mad because they're good just because, right at the gate, was it 17 they came up? Or what?
17, I think, was their first. No, 18 because they
18?
lost to the Capitals. Yeah. Well, 17-18 season.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. I don't like the Golden Knights. I don't know what it is.
They're kind of like the Dodgers in terms of how they spend. Mm-hmm. But
they're also they're just a show. Have you seen anything in Vegas is.
They got the drummers and everything. They're kind of leveraging their future, though, because they've traded every first-round pick that they've either had or drafted since they've become a team, except for their most recent guy, who they drafted this year. Wild stuff. All right, let's go. Let's go to the Oilers. Kings. Countdown.
3, 2, 1. Oilers.
Kings. Why are we okay? Dude. Why do you think the Oilers are going to win? McDavid, Draisaitl?
I think those two. Okay, even though I know McDavid and Draisaitl had very poor playoff runs last year. I understand that.
McDavid set the points record.
McDavid last year in the postseason did not do good.
Yes, he did. Are you kidding me?
In the postseason?
Yes.
Look it up.
He literally broke the record for the most points by a single player in the playoffs. He won the Conn Smythe and he lost. His team lost and he won playoff MVP.
Or maybe it was Draisaitl. One of those two were very poor. Okay. Look it up.
Oilers 2024 playoff. Gosh, stats.
One of those two were very underperforming.
Where's playoffs? All right, hold on.
Thanks, ESPN.
Elite Prospects. Go to Elite Prospects if you're looking for stats. They do it very well. 2024 playoffs. And it's just not
nothing. I'm 98% sure that one of those two were
I'm telling you that 100% sure. 100%. 100% McDavid won the Conn Smythe.
All right, well, I guess so. You're the hockey guy. I'm the baseball guy. Point being is, I think maybe it's Draisaitl. No way, right?
Look, Connor McDavid.
Dude, you're right.
42 points and 34 assists, breaking the NHL record for most assists in a single postseason.
What did Draisaitl do?
Leon Draisaitl playoffs. Ooh, playoff stats.
Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
Let's see. Last year, 31 points, 25 games.
I don't know what I'm pretty sure I was watching a Panthers Oilers game, right? It was probably game 3 or 4, and they were showing the stats of how maybe I'm stupid.
There was a game where they held them scoreless, I believe.
I don't know, man. It's been almost a year, so I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering it wrong.
You absolutely are.
Dang it, dude. Yeah. I still think Oilers are going to win, dude.
No, I think it's going to be Kings in 5. It's going to be an easy series.
Their goaltender is insane, the Kings.
He is right now. Kemper?
Mm-hmm. Where is he at?
Okay, so I looked at the top scorers for the Oilers this year.
The wrong thing.
Aside from Draisaitl and McDavid, only 2 of their top 8 scorers were forwards. The other 4 were defensemen.
That's really bad.
Yeah, you had Bouchard, who's a really good scoring defenseman. You had Darnell Nurse, Matthias Ekholm, who's not known for scoring, and the guy who they got at the deadline, Jake Wallman, former Blue.
That's not good at all. Dang.
And Wallman was on the Sharks for a while, so he racked up a lot of points playing top-line minutes for the Sharks. And then the other two forwards were Jeff Skinner and Zach Hyman, who had a terrible year this year compared to last year. Hyman had like 50 goals last year.
I love about baseball and hockey is that the playoffs can...
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So even though I'm an idiot and I picked 4 things opposing your view, well, one you're biased on. The other ones True. I'm a little biased on.
I'd say the only underdog
I think
took
50-50.
Actually, no, I think the Kings might be an underdog.
You think so?
I believe
the Kings are ranked higher, right?
Stars Avalanche are pretty evenly ranked.
I think Stars can take it. I actually do believe in the Stars, though. I don't think any bias was shown realistically except for the Golden Knights series. Because I don't like the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
The Wild, 100%. Not moving on. But everything else, I do believe in the teams I picked.
Okay, I do think if Kaprizov just decides to pop off, then the Wild could make it.
Kaprizov?
You say Kaprizov?
Kaprizov.
Okay, moving on. Maple Leafs, Senators. First Eastern Conference matchup.
This one's easier, right?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, Leafs. Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
I have Leafs in 5. I think the Senators maybe squeak out one.
I saw a funny meme where it's like, have you seen Monsters University?
Yeah.
You know, like the scene where it's like the big jock comes up to
Mike?
Why'd I forget his name? I said Mike Sullivan. I almost said that. Mike Wazowski. And he was like, when I beat you, everyone's going to laugh at you or something. And he's like, well, if I win, then no one's going to forget it. And it was like the Senators. The Senators were Mike. And he's like, if I win, no one's going to forget this.
True.
In the league, like 100%.
Because the Leafs are the biggest market in hockey. No, Canadians are.
They also are notorious for losing the first round.
Yes, they are.
So it's kind of funny.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, this year.
Because they always lose to Boston. I think the Senators...
Boston Penguins and the Rangers are out for the first time since like 19-something.
Yeah, the Penguins' playoff streak was crazy. I can't believe that. Sidney Crosby also, by the way, has never finished a single season in his career under point per game. He's always been over.
He's a GOAT.
He set the record.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, okay. Next is Lightning-Panthers, Battle of Florida.
Ooh, okay. Actually, I'm not confident on this one, so I kind of just picked one. 3, 2, 1, Lightning.
Okay, we're in agreement. I think Panthers, they won the Cup last year. I think they're kind of maybe going to experience a little bit of Stanley Cup drought where they have so much pressure on them to perform. And the Lightning, you have it right there. Nikita Kucherov led the league in scoring.
I had his stats down too, but yeah.
It's Kucherov, Point, and Gensel. They're too good. They still have Victor Hedman doing well. Plus Vasilevsky put up quietly one of his best years ever in his career. And he's been one of the best playoff performers.
It was tough with me picking Tampa Bay because my first ever Blues game was against Tampa Bay, and we lost 4-0.
Yeah.
I remember, and I've always been mad.
There was a game that I was at, Tampa and Blues, and it was a 4-1 loss for us. But whenever it was 2-1, Vladimir Sobotka missed a wide open net. It came to him literally so open, and he pushed it wide the other direction. So not short side, but long.
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
Was that
that would have tied the game?
In the third,
and we lost 4-1. It was in the second, I think.
Okay, that actually kind of stinks.
It was really upsetting.
What year was that? I think my Blues game was so long ago.
It was 2017 or 18. Whenever we had Bokeh.
I had a drought. I went to that Lightning game when we lost 4-0. I didn't go to a Blues game for 5, 6
Bad experience.
years. It wasn't even that. I was just kind of just focused on baseball.
Yeah.
And then I got more into football, and then this year I'm really watching hockey a little bit because hockey is really exciting.
It is.
I've never not liked hockey. I just don't really have an excuse because I don't know. Next one.
Next is
Capitals Canadiens.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Capitals. Oh,
all right, so
shoot, okay.
This is going to be one of the best series in my opinion.
Yes, 100%.
It's Speed and Young team and the Canadiens versus physicality,
the greatest to ever do it,
and the greatest goal scorer ever.
Yes.
So if you know anything about the top 6, there he is.
My boy.
If you know anything about the top 6 of the Capitals, all 6 of them are 6 foot or above. 5 of them are 6'2" or above, and they all hit a lot. they're going to be one of the most physical teams, and it's going to be hard to beat them. But Montreal could outspeed them. Ovechkin does not skate. Mm-hmm. Not well. Not anymore.
How old is he?
38, 39. He's up there.
Yeah.
Plus, if you know anything about this guy, Ivan Demidov, he was drafted, I think, last year. He set the record in the KHL, which is the Russian league, for the most points by a teenager in a career. In the KHL, which is basically considered the second best league in the world.
I don't understand what hockey does to young men, but there's a bunch of random 18, 19, 20-year-olds that just make no sense. They're flying around.
They're like...
It makes no sense.
Like genuine, just insane specimens.
What is hockey doing, bro?
I don't know.
They're actually a different league.
They're probably taking roids, honestly.
You think so?
Maybe. I don't know. But this guy, Demidov, so skilled. He's kind of like Kucherov. If I had to guess, he's going to be Kucherov 2.0 in Montreal. And that's going to be huge for them. If
you have Canadiens winning, right? You have Canadiens?
Yeah. Mm. He's going to be feeding Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki a lot. Actually, Nick Suzuki is going to be feeding the two of them. But I think Demidov could take over the series and win it for the Canadiens. But I still do think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a 7-game. Capitals, 7-game series here.
Do the Capitals have like the second best record in the whole league, or
they're up right behind the Jets?
Yeah.
They were the best in the East.
Mm-hmm. You ready for the last bracket, the last one?
Yeah, who do we got?
And I didn't go past
Hurricanes,
this.
Devils. Okay.
Do you want to wait till everyone advance? You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, should I do
We can not do it, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, we can just wait.
Okay. We'll wait until the second round.
Yes.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Devils.
Hurricanes. You're wrong because they don't have Jack Hughes.
They don't?
No.
Is he injured?
He's been injured since like halfway through the season.
You're lying.
The game that we saw was one of the last games he played.
Wow, dude, that's actually insane.
Yeah, he got like massive injury. He got surgery, I believe.
Oh.
And they said he was out for the rest of the season, including playoffs. Yeah. It's bad.
Dang, I did not know that. I actually did not know that.
Because they were one of the best teams, I believe, until then. And then he got hurt, and their offense just kind of died. Their defense is still good. They still have Jesper Bratt. But outside of that, it's like their scoring is tough to come by unless Jesper Bratt takes over.
What? Do you know their record after the 4 seasons?
4 Nations?
4 Nations?
I do not.
Oof. Okay, that's a... I should have looked at
but
that.
I didn't
know that Hughes was out.
Yeah. I didn't see them up there in many of the rankings. I think they just had such a good cushion from being such a good team before he got hurt that they were kind of cruising into a playoff spot.
When we went to that game, I don't think there's a single Devils fan without a Hughes jersey.
No, there was that group of like Finnish people. Remember them?
No.
They were like directly across from us. They had the guy who used to play for the Lightning, who's now on the...
they had like his picture, right?
Yeah, they had his face. Yeah,
that was actually so funny, dude.
They were like his fan club in St. Louis for some reason.
Do you know... I know we're on hockey, but do you know Jung Hoo Lee has a fan club in San Fran?
Really?
It's number's like 50 something, but there's 50, whatever number is, that's how many fans there are of him.
Okay.
And they have a little pocket and they go, Jung Hoo Lee! Or... They probably don't sound like that, but...
That's funny. I have that game... that series as a sweep. I think Hurricanes take it in 4. They're just too good. Any
sweep is very valuable for a team so they can get some rest. Or do you think it's more important to keep like a hot streak going?
I think you need to keep playing.
Sometimes just not playing can damage you.
Yeah, because when the Blues... I think for baseball, a sweep is good. But for hockey, it's a 6 or 7 game series is good. Because your body keeps going through that
torture.
Yeah. When the Blues won the Stanley Cup, 6 game series, 7 game series, 6 games, 7 games. That was the most games played by a team who won the Stanley Cup.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you this. Do you think hockey should stick with 7 game series every single round, or do you think it would be best for it was like a best of 5 in the first round and then maybe like a best of 7 after?
I've thought about that.
Or even like a 3-5-7?
The American Hockey League does 3-5-7. Mm-hmm. They do it's 3-5-7-7 for American Hockey League, I believe. And I would almost I think I would like to see a 5-5-7-7.
5-5-7-7.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's almost as if it's drawn out a little bit too long. And also, it's like their bodies can only take so much. And like, but then hockey players are different though. Like when I thought of that in my mind, I'm like, well, people play with broken ribs all the time and 100%. Stuff. So it's
Erik
like
Karlsson played on a broken foot whenever they made it to the Eastern Conference Final.
They're just, like I said, hockey players are a different breed.
Yeah. So I think a 3-5-7-7, like the MLB does, would only work if you have a wild card plan like the MLB does. And that doesn't work with the NHL because 16 teams make it. Half of your entire league makes the playoffs.
Baseball is almost as much, though. You have 12. Well, you have 12 out of 30.
Yeah.
I guess that's not... Yeah.
2 of them get a bye. So you would basically be having to say... You'd have to actually either increase or decrease the amount of people making playoffs.
Definitely not increase.
Because you'd have to have... You pretty much have to have your 2 division winners as a lock to get a bye.
So in this case, it would be
you could
Capitals
do like
and Jets.
2 seed versus 8 seed, 3 versus 7. No, you couldn't. 4 versus 6, 5 wouldn't have. So then you'd have to have 3 buys in every division. Or sorry, each.
I'm also not upset with the 7 because you get more hockey. More hockey, but it also is a little drawn out, in my opinion. But then again, it's like...
I think you could do a 5-5-7-7 comfortably. But you could not do a 3
yeah, 3s... Because I feel like if it's best out of 3, sometimes the best team going in might not come out. I think if it's best of 5 or 7, the best team will always come out.
Pretty much,
I think so.
I would agree with that.
So, well, we could go over to Blues and Jets real fast. I think we kind of did we go over a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Kind of.
Some things I wanted to note, though. Dylan Holloway's going to be out. He's week to week still, and he doesn't know. They don't know if he's traveling to Winnipeg.
That
Holloway
actually blows.
Broke out this year. He had 26 goals, 37 assists in 77 games.
For me, that's good news because I have the Jets winning. As a Blues fan, I'm really sad because Holloway is the one of best things that happened to us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he finished 3rd in scoring behind Thomas and Kyrou. By the way,
Kyrou's a beast.
3 straight 30-plus goal seasons.
He
gets dogged on a lot for
in
his
the
defense.
in the beginning of the season, he wasn't too hot, and then he kind of like picked it up.
Coaching change helped him a lot. And then another good thing is that Thomas will be healthy. He's playing game 1. So long as he stays healthy, that's our X factor. Him and Binnington are the X factors.
Binnington has the potential to like. He's so good. He's my dad.
Is he now?
I think so. I haven't tested it yet.
I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up, though.
Yeah,
we already reached our time limit.
We are going to go over the young, exciting Blues players, but at the same time, it's like...
We can save that for later anyway.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
about basically their prospects. So, thanks for watching. If you stuck around this late, hit that like button. Hit subscribe.
Yep.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
We need a bell. We should get a bell.
Bing! Ring the bell so you can stay notified whenever we upload.
Yep.
Again, sports will be out every Monday for the next 5 weeks. Until
Pop Culture Thursday.
Yep, Pop Culture on Thursday, so look forward to that. Until then, see you later.
See ya, boys.